On August 26, San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick refused to stand for the national anthem before playing the Green Bay Packers. When asked why, Kaepernick didn't hold back.
There's a lot of things that need to change. One specifically is police brutality. There's people being murdered unjustly and not being held accountable. Cops are getting paid leave for killing people.
The condemnations were swift.
You got to respect the flag, and you got to stand up with your teammates. It's bigger than just you.
You have to show some respect, especially in this position that we're in, where we're playing a game for a living, and it's almost like disrespectful to, you see all these pictures of these veterans that have no legs and they're standing up in their wheelchair.
But his own team management affirmed his right to free expression, aka the First Amendment. And the Kapaversy isn't the first time a black athlete has refused to stand for the national anthem. Take, for example, the Denver Nuggets' Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. During the 1995-96 season, he refused to stand up for the anthem, calling it a symbol of oppression and tyranny. And that pretty much destroyed the career of one of the NBA's best free throw shooters. So we gotta ask, is the anthem itself actually racist? Yeah, actually, it gets pretty damn racist. Check out the third stanza. It's the part you never hear. The stanza celebrates the slaughter of runaway slaves who fled to the British in exchange for freedom during the War of 1812. It's also worth noting that Francis Scott Key wrote the song in 1814, and it was only in 1931 that it became the national anthem. Meaning, the anthem isn't the bedrock of this country, like Kaepernick's constitutional right to free speech. And it also still remains to be seen what Kaepernick will do next to build on his actions. So, for a country that's seeing people demand not only civil rights, but the dismantling of white supremacy, is it time to rethink the national anthem?
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That's the first time I ever saw those lyrics. I promise you.
That was the first time. You think you know something,
yeah,
and then you realize maybe I don't know what I'm saying. Maybe I'm just saying stuff. I don't.
I did not know that was a part of the lyrics. I really
didn't know that either.
And I'm old school. I still have my immunization scar. From you guys.
I know about them, but
yeah, you know about it. But I still got my immunization scar. It done growed and drooped over the years. Okay, it's probably down to my thigh by now. But I'm just saying, as a child learning those lyrics, I've never saw no refuge could save and a hireling or slave.
Yeah.
I just that. And put them in their grave, and
That's
this
crazy.
is
That's crazy.
because I'm so happy. What do you think about the Kaepernick?
I mean, I would say by law he has a freedom of speech.
I do believe
by
that.
law.
I
He has the right to share his beliefs like anybody else. What I think about it is he's getting a lot of feedback for speaking his mind, like many of the greats do.
Yes.
Even before him, Malcolm X, Dr. King, you're gonna get that kind of, you're gonna get that. But you can't say he's wrong.
No,
you can't say he's right or wrong. That's how I feel about it. And then how I also feel, because I am Mexican. Donald Trump says, "Make America great again." He pretty much says America ain't great. He's dissing America, make America great again, because we ain't shit right now.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Exactly.
It's like no one's giving him shit. I mean, he is getting shit, but this guy's running for presidency.
Right.
So, I mean,
as if America's not great. So what are you trying to say? And when did it not become great?
Too.
I think this is the greatest country in the world. Yeah. And I think that Kaepernick did exactly what he had to do because it sparked a conversation. Yeah. Most people have had horse blinders on, the ones that really matter, because they don't want to recognize the problem. And we've been saying, look, there's a problem. Look, there's a problem, screaming it. And no one has even come to our defense to even say, I kind of want to think about that. So I think that what he did was honorable, even though he didn't stand. And I know that I have many veterans in my family, guys. Don't take it the wrong way. I still have a son-in-law, and I have people that's still out there on that water trying to protect us. And I honor them. However, this is a conversation that's been long overdue. This is a conversation that we need to talk about. And I don't shop with Kaepernick. I don't buy no clothes with him. I don't even know what kind of sandwich he like. However, I do know him on Sunday playing football, and that was his platform, so to speak, if dramatic thoughts. DT was to come out with something. His platform is a rap platform. So if he would come out on his platform, I would have to listen. I don't know this man like that. I don't know what kind of car he drive, where he buy his t-shirt, none of that. I ain't trying to find out. But on his platform, on Beyonce's platform, when she came out at the Super Bowl, that is Beyonce's platform. I don't buy my hair at the same place Beyonce buy her hair. I don't know nothing about what that woman do, but on her platform. So you cannot get upset. When I go on stage, Hard Rock, wherever I am, I'm in North Carolina, I got Chicago, wherever I am, my jokes are on my platform. About, we can talk about the same person, but how she talk about Donald Trump and he talk about Donald Trump, and it's all three different people. It's all three different thoughts. It's all three. We can see the same accident, but her story gonna be her story, his story gonna be his story, and my story gonna be my story. On this man's platform, you have got to recognize and give him props. Go ahead.
Right. No, I totally agree. And I don't think he was wrong for not standing. Looking at those lyrics, I wouldn't want to hear another Star Spangled Banner song,
But here's the thing. Did you think he was wrong prior to just 5 seconds ago?
No, because I know the history of America. So I already knew it was crap. But and then that just reiterated, because like you said, it's a problem. A lot of us didn't even necessarily know that was a problem. You know what I'm saying? I know that a lot of things, that was a problem in some way, but I did not know that those lyrics went like that. I didn't know that. So I was just opened up to some new knowledge
I know. Knowledge is so powerful. Every day you learn something. I promise you.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And I still was on this man's side.
Yeah. So
there was a while back, you probably weren't born. There was an Olympic where 3 guys went out and they held their hands up because at some point, this is a wonderful country. It's one of the best. I say it's the best country in the world. I ain't gonna lie. If it wasn't that great, so many people wouldn't be out there trying to feed the sharks to get here. Okay, we got that down pat. Now, I hate when I hear somebody say, in my country, if it's so wonderful, why are you here? I mean, just open that space.
You know why they're here.
You know why they're here?
Because we're still the greatest land of opportunity.
And they don't. Yes,
we're the greatest land of opportunity. That's why.
Boy, I'm gonna beat you up for the night over. He is on it. You understand?
We're the only country where you can literally make your dream come true. Literally.
Yes.
If you work hard enough at it.
This young Mexican man rapping. Sounding just as good as Tupac. You know what I'm saying? You got the opportunity. It's some countries where you can't even react to rap music. Oh God, I'm sorry.
There's some countries where women can't even speak their mind.
Yeah.
Okay. All they can see is your eyes.
We're on the cups of probably getting a woman president in this country. Some countries.
And here we got this.
I don't know if that's what we need.
No, but seriously.
No, that's a good thing. That's a good sign. It's been so long.
Yes.
It's like we're now getting.
But still, they wouldn't even let a woman have her voice to speak. I'm not even talking on a political.
I'm saying now it's
in a country like this where you got a scripper who about to come up on the back of Chris Brown.
Well,
where they do that at? other than America.
That's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's all relative.
I can't wait till this young Mexican hit. I'm gonna come up on coming over there scripting.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
So that was very interesting and very, totally agree. We all agree. We do have another clip in store, so we are going to check that out.
As that trial begins, many are shocked at how this case ended. Joseph Presley was a babysitter. He molested the 8-year-old boy he was hired to watch, and not just once. He's admitted to the crime but won't face much punishment. KSPR's Rachel DeBroven joins us from the Greene County Judicial Facility, where Preston will serve not years but weeks. Rachel?
That's right. Jerry Presley is in that jail right behind me tonight, but he will not be there for long. For molesting an 8-year-old, he got 30 days in jail.
That's simply not enough.
Barbara Brown Johnson is the executive director of the Child Advocacy Center. She says the sentencing took her by surprise.
I just can't help but think that the victim's needs were not met with this outcome.
According to court documents, Presley molested a boy twice while he was babysitting the child at his own house. The boy told investigators that when he tried to call his mother on the phone, Presley took the phone away and sent the child to bed.
He knows that what he did was wrong. I mean, he apologized on the phone to the family of this little 9-year-old boy, and he cooperated with the police.
Dee Wampler is Presley's attorney.
I'm sure a lot of the public is going to say, lock him up and throw away the key. And they're in favor of strong law enforcement as long as the law applies to the other fella and not to their child.
He says in this case, prison was not the answer.
Do we really want to take a boy that's not institutionalized, that has not been in prison before, and put him in prison with some real sex molesters and some real rapists so that he can really learn the trade?
Wampler says Presley needs counseling, especially because Presley was molested when he was a child.
It happens, and that's not to say it justifies it, but it's an explanation probably as to why it happened.
But Brown Johnson says that's no reason to go easy on a sex offender.
It just doesn't matter. You have to deal with the child victim in front of you, and saying that a perpetrator should get a lesser sentence because of their perpetration when they're an adult makes no sense whatsoever.
Okay, so 30 days in jail followed by 5 years of probation, and Judge Calvin Holden also sentenced Presley to counseling, and of course he will have to register as a sex offender, likely for the rest of his life. Jerry?
Rachel DeBroven for us tonight. Thanks, Rachel. Presley pleaded guilty to what amounts to a Class B felony, which could have carried a prison sentence of up to 15 years.
What do you think, Ms.Dria?
I think that 8 weeks is not enough. A couple of weeks, whatever it is 30 days. 30 days.
30 days. Wow. 4 weeks.
30 days is nowhere near enough time. I don't have kids personally, but she has a child who I look at like, I look at kids, when I see kids, I treat them how I would treat my future kids. You know what I'm saying? I love them just that much. That is terrible. What? Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
30 days.
Yeah, I think it's
and you're
horrific.
giving it an excuse. It happened to him when he was younger. Okay, well, if it happened to him, then I'm sure he realized that it wasn't right. There was no justice, and he still said that this is not to justify. But so why are you saying that? Because it sounds like you're trying to justify.
Exactly.
Okay?
That's
He's 23 years old, and he molested an 8-year-old boy.
Not a female whose body is
right. And then I thought that was crazy.
There is an illness there.
He under the prison, and
23 years old.
What else they should have did to him? He should have been.
Yeah, we can't.
It's crazy to be happening. Period.
He needs some mental, psychological help.
But he needs to get that inside of prison and not outside on the streets. Because he needs to be, reprimanded for
but
what?
the thing is, you say he shouldn't go to prison because he's never been. How many,
people have never been to prison?
People of color went to prison that never been.
For the first time,
For
yeah.
the first time.
How many people went to prison for something they didn't do?
If that's the case, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
What do you think?
Yeah.
I think it's just ridiculous. I mean, I have no words for that. It's just disgusting.
White boy that got 2-3 months for raping the girl behind the garbage can.
Yeah.
Really? And then they took a girl the other day. She was homeless. She took her child and enrolled them in a school in another district. They gave her 5 years in prison. A black girl.
Yeah. See, this is what I mean when I say certain people of power, to whom much is given, much is expected.
They can give you years just for shoplifting.
Just for shoplifting. They're walking around with blinders on, and they're saying that this is, okay, no, I don't see anything wrong with that. But had the shoe been put on the other foot, then you would have a reason to. And I understand our producer, guys, he gets a little riled up, and we have to calm him down every now and then. However, there was a situation where a judge had given somebody, I don't know, some kind of leniency. And then they finally found out, they had an anger, had it out for that judge, and then they did the same crime on the judge for releasing the person who did that family. Okay, so anyway, I said that to say this. Now the judge want to come after him for life. Yeah. Because, it was my house you broke into, and it was my, but when you had the victim there. And this country, like we said, is the greatest country in the world. I love my country. Don't get me wrong. This country is more on the side of the client, the inmate, the defender, because we offer them a lawyer. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to representation. Should you not have, one would be provided for. The victim gets nothing. But the inmate, the defendant, the client gets everything. We offer that for free. And that's a service that we pay for with our garbage, our zoning, our school board, our everything. And that's what we pay for. The public, it's called public defender. And sometimes they suck
but
when they represented you.
But they're paid by the people who who want to put you in jail. So so that doesn't in what brain does that register that they're actually defending you, right? Because you're not paying them. No, they're paid for by the oppressor.
Right. I understand. And their caseload is high. I get that too. However, we do offer it. That's all I'm saying. The victim don't even get that much.
The country is great because the Father created this land, okay? It's the people that come here, you understand, and took over and corrupted this place, okay? So, yes, the country is great. The Father created that, you understand? But these laws and the way they dictate over the people is just foul, and, to see these guys get off, the way they're getting off, and again, I say this. Those judges, because they're white, they cannot relate to you. When they look at a black person or brown or whatever, they can't relate to you. But they can see, when they see a white person, they can relate to them because that's their brother, their cousin, their nephew, or somebody. That's just human characteristics. But it's unfair. And they're doing it and not even acknowledging
that they're doing it. Right.
This is unfair. Right. It's like they don't even care. But they claim and they want to point the finger at other ethnicities and say, you all are this way, you're that way. We need to build a wall for you because there's like criminals and the black people in the ghettos and this and that, and want to talk so down on you. But when they do their garbage and their foul junk, you understand, they just sweeping under the rug like nobody says anything.
Right, with the blinders. We won't even mention it again.
Bull crap.
I know. I get it. I get it. However, this is the land of the free. And we have to, every man is, we live by the habeas corpus law. Everybody is created equal until proven guilty. That has to suffice.
Was guilty. He raped the boy. And he
Okay.
but he still ain't go to prison. Or he went for 30 days.
That's terrible.
I'm just playing devil. I know.
The problem is the fairness in the justice system. That's the problem. We need equality in the justice system too. That's
right.
It. I get it. We need fairness all across the justice system.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that.
Everyone gets fair treatment in the justice system.
That's not happening.
That's what it comes down to. We don't have fairness in the justice system.
Raping the boy at 8 years old multiple times.
Right.
He gets 30 days in jail. Really?
You've traumatized a young boy, a young man for the rest of his life.
We could go even further. We could go talk about Casey Anthony.
Yeah.
She's not even in jail.
Yeah.
Right. Because she had that persona. She was Nordic, and that's what they were looking for, and they kind of helped her. I mean, we just see this over and over and over again, and the sadness about it is, by the time a 5-year-old get to be 16, they've seen this over 1 million times, and at some point you just become numb. You just become numb.
Yeah. But we can't become numb. We got to stand up like Kaepernick. We got to speak out. We gotta
Exactly.
Keep protesting and doing something. I don't know if it's,
I
do something.
don't hurt
I have
people,
the answer.
The police shooting stuff. That needs to stop.
Okay, what's the answer, Ms.Dria?
You better pray.
Pray.
Pray on it.
Pray on it.
That's all you can
know
do.
what? And
I keep saying that every time we have a major problem, that's going on in society, and everyone looking for an answer. Oh, we got to do this. We doing this. We can all do this more. There's nothing wrong with that. But
his family,
like
prayed.
I said,
somebody in that boy's circle.
Yeah. But
feel like their prayers were answered.
You got to realize
my child got 30 days. Somebody in that circle prayed.
Have mercy.
Somebody feel like
but Lady
I'm
T,
covered.
come on. If his family would know, that would be justice. You know what I'm saying? His family, if they were praying and following the Father the right way, they wouldn't even. How can I stand behind you and defend you, and you just did something so disgraceful? How can I?
I don't want to put my God.
I feel bad that you would make that
decision on tap like that. I don't want to say to my father, since you are the father's kid, throw thyself off of this mountain, lest thou gnash thy foot. Let me see. I don't even want to test him like that. Somebody in that lady circle prayed. Somebody on this side prayed. Somebody prayed for that little 8-year-old boy. We have to actually get up and do something about it.
This is true.
That's what I'm saying. People are so quick, and I'm not taking anything from my God, your God, or anybody else. I'm broke like a skunk. And then people say, girl, just pray. I'm like, okay, you got prayer. Yeah, and them $10, but I still got to pay a bill and get to work. Okay? I got to do something in the meantime.
You have to do something because faith without works is dead.
It's dead. So once you bring that element in, it seems like a whole nother distraction, because we ain't even talking about this boy, the manipulation of him on an 8-year-old boy. Not a girl, not a female whose body cavity was made for certain things, who maybe could be repaired a little bit better. You busting up an 8-year-old boy whose body is not even made for that. Let's be real. But we start talking about prayer. Prayer oversees that. And then we forget that this boy's body has been mutilated and destroyed.
No, you don't forget.
Emotionally and physically. What are we going to do about it?
By a grown-ass man.
By a grown-ass man.
It's not that you forget.
Well, pray and lock him up at the same time.
I'm not saying, when I say pray, I'm meaning actually get into the word. Don't just say, yeah, I went to church. Yeah, I prayed.
Yeah,
and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Because we have a lot of people, Lord Jesus, thank you for this, and that's it. And that's as far as that goes.
I know.
But is it really in
It
them?
just bothers me because while that kid is sitting there hurting, you think that boy want to hear somebody talk about praying?
You need somebody to talk about that. Because otherwise you have no hope, and then you just done. And that's why it's so important. That's why that message that I always put out there is so important. Because it keeps you strong.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's
I'm
fine.
a grandma.
It's
I'm a
fine.
mom.
I understand.
And when it comes to the
I
kids,
understand.
I mean, I could hurt you before I would that kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I understand. I understand.
The people just don't, they just attacking our kids and
Yeah.
nobody say nothing. Nobody in them children didn't ask to be here.
Yeah.
Oh God. You ain't finna do this to me on my birthday.
You better stop, Lady T.
Anyway, an 8-year-old was mutilated. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
And before we go off into the Quran and the prayer and the kneeling and the this and that, we need to get our government. We need to get our government in place. So every child supposed to go to bed at night. Every child supposed to feel like they got one person in the world they can call or they can talk to. One person in the world that's got their back. Do you know what it feel like for a kid to be out there? Oh God, with nobody, with no kind. You talk about no hope. That's a murderer in the making. That's a destroyer. That's a rapist. That's a killer right there in the making. Each kid supposed to feel like they got some purpose. They got somebody on this earth. Even that little baby, she got to know is one person in this world that I could go talk to. Just that confidence right there of knowing no matter what happened, I could screw up all. Have you ever seen them murderers on Channel 7 and the lady sitting there talking about, not my baby? You know your baby done killed 4 people, but he had that one person that was on his corner. All I'm saying is every kid's supposed to have that.
No, that's true.
all.
That's true.
That's
That's
all.
true. That's true. That's true. No, I'm not taking nothing away from that. I
I didn't want to see anymore, right?
Yeah.
I didn't want to. Oh, God. I'm so sorry, guys. Listen, if you agree or disagree, feel free to give us a call, 305
239 6977.
I'm so used to you having my back, but she emotional.
No. Yeah, of course we are gonna get emotional, and I'm on your side. I don't want that to be, taken the wrong way. I believe everything you believe. I do believe that things should be changed. I do believe that we should all unite and stand up as one. But because just like when he was talking and he made a statement, because he was saying that our justice system is messed up.
Yeah.
He made a statement and said, well, they're not going to do that. So let me ask you a question. If you know that they're not going to do, you got to go to a higher being. That's all that I'm saying.
Right.
You got to realize that I can't look for man to solve all my problems.
Right.
And I'm not justifying and saying that it's right. It was wrong. It's totally
Speak
wrong.
on it. Speak
I'm just
on
saying I can't look for him to do nothing for me. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But I know who can do something for me more than anything that he could do.
Right.
You know, so I'm just saying it's bigger than that. The picture, this earth, everything that's this earth. I'm just so big, I'm big.
I know. I got you. I got. Don't you start. Here, Tito, give her this napkin. Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, baby. Listen.
It's like,
but it get to you.
like,
it does. But I just don't want us to be blind and stupid to the fact, and don't just think that what's going on here is the end.
Is the end.
Because
It's not
a lot
the
of
end
people
all.
think, you only got one life. You think you got one life if you want to.
Yeah.
You're going to wake up and be somewhere else for eternity.
Yeah,
So you keep thinking that. YOLO.
Yeah.
All right.
YOLO. Mess
YOLO.
around and
mess it up.
look down at this wardrobe you used to call flesh and
Right.
wonder what happened.
And what's going on?
I got you.
So that's all I'm saying.
I don't want us to lose sight of the kids.
Right. No. And
I
we
believe
don't.
the children are our future.
They're the most important
Treat
things.
them well and let them lead the way. You know me.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
old
yes.
school.
Sexual
I know
chocolate.
the
We got
sexual chocolate. That's it. The children are our future, and
Yes, they
somebody
are.
got to stand up.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
that
yes.
one. I am that one grandma who will actually stop the person in the store, like, don't do this around me. Or,
Right, right, right. Don't
and
talk to them like
I came
that.
from being jacked up. Don't get me wrong. You jack them up,
always like-
but
yeah.
nobody don't know how to beat nobody good no more. Now you done started mistreating them and putting cigarettes out in there.
Oh, no,
you don't
that's
do
ridiculous.
that.
That's
You
ridiculous.
just whoop that ass and you gone and feed them some pinto beans and rice or black beans and rice on yuca. You know, you feed them and put them to bed, but you don't do. I'm so. I'm sorry.
I believe that.
That's
I
how you
believe
do it.
that. I believe that. I totally believe
works.
that.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I
and
believe
give them
that.
something good to eat, you know, and then next time you know, that's it. But we don't do that anymore,
No.
and
Well,
it's
I've
just
never
it's
done that.
coming all full circle. And
Yeah.
this nice looking young man who has to be a registered sex offender for the rest of his life, because he don't even look the part. You in the Walmart and he behind you.
Looking
don't
at
look
your little
normal.
boy.
He looked like a pervert.
He
do look like he could be. He do. He's got a look.
When you see that mugshot,
yeah. He do look like. But you know what I'm saying. If you just saw him, you wouldn't think. You know.
He didn't
But-
look. He
the
that little
mugshot
boy.
isn't
Yeah.
surprising.
Yeah. So you know, that's all. That's all. But
No,
we gonna get better.
Our
you know.
producer says, "No, listen, you just would never know."
Yeah,
That's all I'm
you
saying.
never know. You never
would
know
never
with
know.
anyone.
And he
And
looked
that's-
normal.
Yeah.
I would have bought a Subway sandwich from him. I would have, Jared.
Harry.
Had extra
Ew,
mayonnaise,
okay.
extra mustard.
Okay.
I would have bought a Subway
Okay.
sandwich from him. You get. Oh, he's slow, but he's here. Subway. Jared, 6-year-old boy.
Oh,
Hello.
my goodness.
No.
And I think Jared is still in prison right now. I think he's still in jail. But he ain't in our jail. You know, he playing tennis and
Yeah, you know.
swimming. He's in he in regular jail?
Who knows?
Probably. Yeah.
But even federal prisons now, I've heard about some that are actually very nice. And
well, it's according to your crime.
Yeah.
If he
Well,
takes
yes.
something, it's called stealing.
They put
Yeah.
you in
And
section.
he got
Yeah.
grand theft. But that white boy gonna have embezzling.
some of them they call them
He
camps.
going to regular. Mexican black, he going
Yeah.
regular with all us because he stole some stuff.
Yeah.
That white boy going to the other one because he embezzled.
Oh my goodness.
Same amount
That
of
is
money,
Crazy.
but he getting the bologna the same as, and this boy is getting the lasagna. That's all.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a different type of
That
crime.
rapist should be in there with the murders and killers. Should be sharing those cells with them. It's a pretty big crime.
Yeah, well, you know what's gonna happen though if you put a
Because
rapist
they're-
in
they're
a
that.
prison.
Those are the worst
I think that's what
criminals.
they're
That's what I'm
scared
trying to say.
for.
This is the crime. If that's the highest crime, I think they should all be with the highest crime.
But the thing is, what I've never been in prison. I don't plan on going. But what they say is that, you know, when you put a rapist in prison, they gonna take them out. They gonna
yeah.
Well,
take them out.
there was, I don't know if
That's
it's still,
probably
but
just
there
killing
is a like a code of ethics, a unwritten, unverbal code of ethics. And those inmates find out that you've hurt a kid,
Right. Right. Yeah, that's what I'm
taking
saying.
it over.
So,
I get
yeah.
it's over.
Yeah. So-
That's how it was. I haven't been in a while.
Yeah, I heard that. So
I guess
Yeah.
that makes sense, and they gotta keep them safe. I
and
guess,
they
or
don't. Yeah, they
something.
don't want them.
Well, with the country and I know they're giving me the rap sign, guys, but with the climate in the country right now, and we having to save money, even our own mayor, Jimenez, he just got back in, him and Regalia. They have to do a runoff in November. So do you want a female or Jimenez again? Anyway, okay, so the county was running out of money. So the Dade County Jail, what they did was they dispensed of, you know, the cell for the baby bangers, the ones who have sex with little kids, or either the other cells that had all GTL, gay lesson, GLTB,
LGBT.
all of them alphabet people, okay, they moved them. And so now everything is just general pop. whatever is on your driver's license, because you can come in there with hair like, Cher, do you believe in life after love? If your driver's license say a male, you going with the males.
Right.
So now it's cut down all of that extra money and extra cost because the climate of the country is at its worst. Yeah. So that was one of the big things about the bathrooms for people who, I feel like I should be Oprah and I should be treated like Oprah.
Oh, because they allowed me in.
Yeah. It's a money. Not only is it a political issue, but it's a money thing.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell you how you feel. You might feel like you Dolly Parton or somebody over there. And I know you look like Grizzly. You know what I'm saying? Or a linebacker from the dog. But if however you feel don't match your license, you going where your license said that you have to go. So now, that's going to be a big federal thing now, too, because people want to try and change their gender.
So people that's gay now, they go to prison, they got to go with the regular.
It's called General Pop.
So what about when they do transgender? What about, they should, but they ain't going to like that. But what about when they do transgender? And do they change that on their license?
Now it becomes a federal thing. You know, the license, the driver's license and everything. So now you have to go back and get your stuff changed. And
it's going to say female if you were male? Okay.
This is new to the whole country, not just me and the Dria show. They putting stuff in place because these people never knew about these types of issues that we would have to handle, which is why I like to read. I'm old school. I like to read the paper. I like to do my homework. I like to listen to commissioners and governors and see what they talking about. These things have to be in place. Nobody even knew about cyber law, cyber stealing, cyber this. We just got on the computer. Now things are having to be placed in law and in place and regulated. But we wasn't prepared for this.
Right.
Nobody wasn't prepared for your Uncle Charlie to come in there with a dress on. No, nobody wasn't prepared for that. No. So we have to make laws and put things in place now. So, this little kid that got off, somebody prayed for him. That's all I was saying. But he still need to be punished.
Yeah. Yes. I totally agree with you. And I said that he does need to be punished because it's not right. It's right. It's right. Wrong is wrong.
But the reasoning is like bananas. Every time they let one of these guys off, they say, well, they think the prison system is too hard for them.
That's crazy.
It's going to, confuse them or mess them up and make them a hardened criminal. And I'm like, how many,
they're already
our
people,
kids have.
You know what I'm saying? How many people of color have been put in prison? They got this, for weed or what have you.
Yeah.
And
well, they get paid off of us.
Yeah.
So that's your problem. Yeah. There's your whatever it is you want to call it, your reason.
But they've been in prison for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you have straight up, rapists and molesters.
Right.
That just walk
30 days. Just a hand.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that he had to have known somebody or the parents knew somebody for the judge to speak so openly and so freely. It's like Miss Catherine Rundle. I love her to death. Don't nobody write Dria. This me talking, okay? Catherine Rundle, the one who her son keep breaking into the Mass Academy, getting caught with bags with Catherine Rundle, our state attorney, our state attorney, who done put people in jail for the same thing that her son does, and yet he it's just a revolving door. He gets arrested, and she comes and he gets arrested, and he gets right out within the next 4 hours. I don't even think they have to fingerprint him anymore. They got so much ink on that boy already. It just his fingerprints ain't changed. But look at who he is.
Wow.
So he has those privileges. Whereas the guy right in front of him had the same sack of weed, and broke through the
some
same
less.
high school.
Probably less.
Okay, probably broke in a lesser school, not Mass Academy over there on Fisher Island where y'all were. Probably just broke into a local little hood, Drew Elementary. You know they need some new windows anyway. And probably didn't even have to break the window there. Went through one that was cracked already over on 58th and 60. Okay.
Oh
now he getting some time. But this lady's son is just a revolving door. He's walking in and out. We see it played out every day, every so often. Yeah. It happens. Yeah. It happens. Yeah. I wish I could come up like that. But I just know y'all. I don't know no rich people. Okay. I know this dude, he about to make it on. I'm hanging.
Okay.
I am not rich.
Well, we have had an interesting
I know, right? And
tonight.
we held you the whole night. Thank you so much for letting me pick on you.
It
Dramatic
was a
thoughts.
pleasure having you, Drama. I look forward to seeing everything that you have coming out and everything that you've done, like I said, and I do welcome you back anytime.
Thank you.
Aw.
Lady T, we've had a night.
I have had a wonderful night, and my party just not getting started. So y'all just look, sit back. Thank you so much, and we would love to hear from you. Tell us your feedback. Tell us what you think. The phone number, once again, is
305-239-6977.
Okay, and let us know what you think. I am your girl, Lady T. I cannot wait to see you in a week or two.
In a week or two?
I just threw that in. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'm just going to, where am I? Next, Orlando.
Oh, okay.
And then October is South Carolina. We're going to give you the lined up. We got South Carolina. We got New York coming up. Niagara Falls. Have you ever been?
No, I've never been to Niagara Falls.
I need to.
I am shitting bricks. I'm so nervous. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm scared. I'm sorry, Father. Excuse me, Father God. I'm sorry, Father. I'm not loosing bricks. I'm letting out pebbles. Okay, but I've never been to Niagara Falls. I look forward to seeing you guys when I get there. I'll see you, Melbourne, shortly in the next 4 days. Thank you. Okay. I'm Lady T, and I'm out.
All right. Drama, one more time. Please tell the people where they can follow you at.
Follow Dramatic Thought. Sorry, excuse me. Vice City. Check out Vice City, Dramatic Thought.
City.
Perfect.
Very good.
So we have come to the end of our segment. I like to thank the entire Universe Miami Network. I like to thank the entire Universe Miami Network family for allowing us to be on this platform. I like to thank the entire Model Gang family, my Model Gang family. I like to thank all of you for staying tuned, watching. I like to thank my entire crew here for helping put on the Ms.Dria show. I look forward to seeing you next Thursday at 8. It's been a pleasure, and good night.